it's so sad. I'm listening to the conflict going on between India and Pakistan and stuff is there, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, what? What are they fighting for? I'm hearing reports, you're hearing stuff, and I'm like, I'm not here there internationally to see everything's going on, but I'm just listening, talking to friends on both sides and saying, what do you guys, what's happening there? And the thing about it, these wars, they don't just stay contained between, just necessarily the two parties or two countries or two things that's going on, but they tend to escalate. And you look at the timing also. Why now? What is happening in the world other than that? You see, because we have to understand this. You remember like how it used to be in some plots, like if you guys live in New York and Times Square and stuff, you hear commotion going on over here. I would say don't listen just to commotion going over here. Look also over there. Because a lot of time they have to keep you distracted while they pick your pocket or to do something. Nothing just happened by accident. There are a lot of groups that are behind this pushing this stuff. A lot of groups who want to divide and conquer. Hegelian Dialectic, call it what you like. But they like to kind of keep us distracted. Oh, look in the sky. Balloons are flying over here. Oh, look at this. It's China. It's Russia. It's here. They always got to give us a boogeyman to fight. It's Cuba. It's this. Remember back in the days? This one here, remember this one has what? Weapons of mass destruction. I remember hearing that stuff back then. I'm like, why does weapons of mass destruction? Almost every country has weapons of mass destruction. And it doesn't have to be necessarily bombs and bullets. It's just a matter of mindset, ideology. So I'm like, what is it fighting for? We have to look and see what's happening and say, I'm not part of this. The people of the world should actually stop and say, listen, if nobody wants to fight, I think it'd be a lot different. Yes, they may use AI and drones and other stuff. That's another situation. That's why I think it's sadly what's coming. That's why we have this. I want to talk about this stuff now because it's Saturday. I just say that we have a line of products called the Mex that's going to come out. Just showing what happened with AI and all this stuff going to happen. Because I'm like, it's one thing to have human conflict, but then to have drones and robots and other things getting involved in there. It's not by accident. Those dogs and stuff you see here and those supposedly mules are carrying those kind of stuff and weaponry, and they're packing some serious heat. So I'm saying, as the Bible said, coming to the last days, wars, rumors of wars, you're gonna hear a lot of conflicts. Actually, some of them might break forth in a lot of things. My biggest fear is somebody can say, we have all these nuclear weapons, we have all these atomic weapons, we have all these weapons here that's so more powerful in the past. We haven't used one yet. So maybe it might take a small scale hit here or something happen here and say, oops, I don't know what happened. A little strike here. I'm like, people of the world, I don't know who's watching. I don't have that many subscribers of, followers to know, but just saying, these things are not isolated incidents and they're not separated, where it's like, I don't know, it's something over there. It doesn't affect us. Listen, we better pay attention. What's happening over there affects all of us. What's happening in China, what's happening in America, what's happening in Bangladesh, UK, Australia, the EU, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's intertwined. One sneezes, the other catch a cold. Please. I'm like, why can't we just, if they have a conflict, why can't they have let's have some fun instead. When you have a conflict and stuff, and accidents will happen. It's guaranteed accidents will happen. Somebody, car will crash, something will happen, plane will crash. Not wishing it, but just saying it could happen. And people unfortunately will die and get hurt. We should look and say, why happen? Because something? Everybody's fighting over something. Fighting over this, what? And most time it's resources, right? What? Is it, what is it? Gold, oil, and drugs? Or is it about land and water? People just fight before for salt and stuff, and even territory. But it's saying itself, the earth is big enough to hold us all. Everybody can fit in this planet. Everybody can fit. Everybody can be alive and fit. So all those eugenicists out there, go somewhere else, okay? They don't like life, and I hope they don't take nobody dies, but if they don't like life, they got to take their own and leave us alone, okay? So, whatever. What I'm saying in the meantime, there's enough food that can be produced if we just utilize this stuff wisely and creatively and share. Let us be more sharing and less selfish. Let us think of others. Let's be more altruistic. Let's help each other. Because something? As this here's a decayed lizard. If we keep fighting all this conflict so often, that's all it'll become. Getting fed on by ants and other bacteria and other insects. We're all going to kill each other. So as God says, a house divided against itself cannot stand. We have to look at these conflicts and say, what else is going on? It's not just about one thing. And I always say, how could weapons be fought if no one is funding it? Those weapons and missiles and rockets cost a lot of money to make and manufacture. Who's manufacturing them? Who's paying for them? And if you take all that money and spend it and you blow it up, where do you get more money to make more? So these things are not by accident. We have to look deeper. It's time for people to wake up and say, hey, why are we really fighting for? And who's fighting? Why are they taking our time and fight? And it's the military. So they say, okay, well, we just fighting military against military. We hit airstrikes, ground force and military bases. That's still somebody's mother, brother, son, uncle, dad. That's still another human being. There should be no fighting at all. Stop all the fighting in general, unless you're fighting for self-defense, to defend yourself against somebody trying to, well, they say, well, we do self-defense. Well, they always say, go back to the beginning. You see, the people, we get information, but it's all filtered on what they tell us is what it is. Is it propaganda? Is it, what is it they're giving us? So we hear things and we say, well, that's what it is. And I tell people before they jump and say, yeah, that's my side. Don't get involved in things we don't understand. Let us wait and see what goes on. Let us ask and inquire. And like, sure, many of us have friends across different parts of the world. I mean, Russia and Australia, everywhere. You talk to people in UK, you talk to people, yeah. And thank God the world is more interconnected now in terms of with social media and stuff. So it's not all bad. Let us stay connected, let us communicate. And people of the world, if we can all lay down these arms and stop fighting, and all the bad ones that are doing something, yeah, we fight against them. But they say, but yeah, that's a bad side, that's a bad side. I'm like, until we hear both sides of the argument, we should not be jumping and taking sides like that. But you must get involved, patriotic. I'm like, patriotic to who? This land, this whole world belongs to God. Everything on it belongs to Him. All the land, all the resources, everything. The food, clothing, shelter, the water, everything belongs to Him. We're putting up flags and walls and barriers and canals, all kind of stuff on God's land and saying it belongs to us. Who are we? What if God said, listen, give it back now? What are we going to do? Well, here's something. He will take it back at some point. If we mismanage the resources and time He's given us, okay, or time, talents, and treasure, He will take it back. So I'm saying, if everything belongs to God, and He's given it to us to use, to occupy, to help to sustain us, and to multiply, and to feed ourselves and our families and our friends, why don't we just do that? Feed each other. You can make enough farming and farmland around to everybody can have enough to feed everybody in the world. There should be no poverty, nobody homeless, nobody sick, nobody starving. There should be none of that anymore. We have to stop and take seriously. What is happening in this world? Why are we continue to do the same thing over and over again, thinking it's be a different result? We fund the military's budget, we fund all these things, making these biggest bombs and bullets and things, and now they want to get to space and make more weapons and stuff up there eventually, As you've seen the movie Geostorm, right? What they doing up there? Who knows what they're doing up there? International Space Station. They do these Olympics, all International Olympics, it's Olympic Games. You're thinking so that this way they'll all be shown that we're all part of the sports, and then what? They'll do the sports, and then all of a sudden they'll stop conflicts. So each country competes against each other, and then it's like somebody gets a gold, somebody gets a bronze, somebody gets somebody silver, somebody loses. We're all winners just for trying. But here's the thing, I used to watch the Olympics. I don't watch it anymore because tomorrow night become like a big show. How much naked they can make the women, how much they can guys do craziness, how can they make all this crazy stuff mixed up with tranny, all kind of craziness there. It's not what it is. Sports itself has another interest and history behind it. Not exactly as clean cut as people think it is. We have to see who's the god of sports. Yeah. You remember the Nike sneakers, what the symbol on the sneakers, the wings and stuff? There's a lot of pagan issues behind sports that people don't realize. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind it they don't realize. A lot of money, a lot of dark stuff goes on behind it. And again, if it's to help to promote humanity to make things better, shouldn't we have all been better and all at peace right now? Besides sports, one of the things they put in the movies and stuff, we have so many different things that are good. I don't want to go everything bad because I'm like, there's no point. We have so many things that are good. International trade, international stuff. You can buy a car from a different country. You can buy a clothes from a different country. You can buy food shipped across here, from Mexico to Canada. We can do so many things together if we work together. But when people get greedy and selfish and they get under the control of Satan, then we got problems. So this is not about a fight between our fellow brothers and sisters of flesh and blood. This is a spiritual war. And as God says, coming down to the end of time, you're going to have more and more of these. If people stop listening to the heavenly message from God to tell them to be peaceful, loving, okay, do unto others you have them done unto you, and stop being kind and helpful, that's when we get conflicts. I'm like, if they have an anger thing, why not just go there and play a soccer game or play a thing game, just for the fun of it? Nobody loses. Just have a little game, because I think something else. I think they're playing also on people's, say, testosterone and energy levels. Men are very different than women. Yet you see what they're doing, kind of blurring the lines. They're putting women now as generals and commanders and stuff in there. They put women on the front lines, even in the drafts, to fight. Men are very territorial, from what I understand, from my own experience. They don't like to be talked down to, pushed around and stuff like that. So they tend to defend what they believe is theirs. That's why they protect the home, protect the women, protect the children, protect the stuff. If you get the men to get feminized or docile, like kind of cowardice, if they get men to be coward, to not be fighting for the real reason and cause anymore, what do they do with the energy they have? Yeah, some people have sadly gone and put into porn and other bad stuff and mess things up. And that's not where you put your energy. God said, don't give your energy into that kind of stuff. Put it into doing the work of God. Do the work of God as He asks us to do. But when we don't put the energy into something positive, it becomes destructive. Idle hands, as I used to say, is the devil's toy. We need to do something valuable. People need to have proper jobs, good economics. You need to have this wide disparity. You need to have an end to the wide disparity between rich and poor. People need to share more, look out more, help each other more. This thing of being grifting and parasitic things and stealing things, taking resources and bombing and bullying people just to get what you want, it needs to stop. Some people spend more than GDP for like guns and bullets than they do for food and for resources to help people to become better and to have jobs. And then they have these wars and conflict. People want to fight, shoot, blow off legs, arms, kill who they can, maim who they want to maim. And then they say, okay, let them repatriate, let them get themselves back, let them send the soldiers captured back and forth, which is very nice that they actually help each other back. Or they say, okay, let us go, let them, don't hit a hospital, don't hit a thing. Some people do hit hospitals. Let them go and get themselves healed better. So you start a fight to wound and to kill. And when they're wounded and killed, then you say, okay, let's let them get themselves better. So you have what, another fight again later on and kill them? But they said, if you shoot them, they might come back and shoot me if you let them live. So let's take him in one time. I'm like, human, we're only one race. One race, the human race. No matter how we look, no matter how tall we are, short you are, male, female, we're all the same. One race. And if we keep fighting against each other, a house that got divided against itself can't stand. So I'm just saying, please, we got to wake up and say, no more of these fightings. Let us, all those old, I'm thinking, you see the court martial if you don't want to go in the military thing. I don't know what the general rules are. But I'm like, if all the soldiers of the world say, listen, I'm not fighting my brother and my sister. I'm not shooting a woman. I'm not shooting a guy. I'm not shooting anybody anymore. Let's stop. And have a kind of say, and not, they call it Interpol. Have a united police force that says, no, it is. We're just going to fight against evil and those things, people trying to encroach and take things from within, and then from without. Let's have a force like that. But people say, this is what is happening now. We don't necessarily know what they're saying. Who's the within, who's the without? Who's our friend, who's our foe? How are we so certain? Is it this party, that party? What we should do, have a force say, listen, stop all the global conflicts. Make peace. Make peace, not these wars. Stop all these things, because it's like we don't need to have these things like that. The more we continue, the more we kill each other, the more we die. Eventually, we're gone. So be careful, because things can spiral out of things quickly. So by the grace of God, please, if you agree with this, please pass it, share it. Just tell people the same thing. Just talk to your friends and neighbors. Call someone. Say, listen, we're not against you. We don't hate you. I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what country you're from. I love you all the same. I just don't like evil. So we'll deal with evil as God deals with it. Okay? But please, let's do it God's way. Not the way we've been doing it. Blowing off heads and things. It's sad to watch. Please. So I fought for Ukraine and Russia and India and Palestine. I mean, not India. I mean, Israel and Hamas and other groups. All these names they give them. Some of the names, you look at the names, it's like, what names really mean? Like, you remember Al-Qaeda? Well, you don't hear that no more. Al-Qaeda. Is it Al-Qaeda? What were they doing over there? I heard some people say they're protecting poppy fields and other stuff in Afghanistan. What was going on over there? There's a lot of stuff that we tell us, but I'm like, these wars and conflicts not by accident. So please, no far from my little 1 cent, whatever it is, just saying, I don't like these whites, this war. I said the word came out. I said the word whites, not whites like white people. These whitewash statements. I gotta change that phrase around because it came out as a slip of tongue. But I don't mean I don't like white people. I love white people. I don't care what color you are. I love you all. I don't like, and I say keeping it real. I don't go there and try to change the word up wrong. And these transcripts don't help it either. I don't like these, how do you put it? Whitewashed sepulchres, as the Bible put it. I put it that way. I don't like these whitewashed sepulchres. These liars, these people who tell us, not white people, these liars, even masquerading as religious groups, telling us that this is what it is. We should follow them. God said we should love everybody, treat them all the same, okay? So people, love each other, treat each other well. Again, I'm not racist. Nobody's racist anybody. We love everybody else. Love everybody just the same as I love myself. I just want peace, okay? So if the video gets misconstrued, that's not because of what I said or did. That's because what they heard. If they want to hear the truth, listen to the whole thing in their entirety. And then, please, let's seek the right thing, okay? God bless you. Take care.